Corruptions are for sale, my friends. Christmas came early to 8.3. Twilight Devastation is only 350. Well, not 350, but we'll talk about this in more detail. I'm super excited. Let's discuss this news right now. Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. Gyro here. Blizzard has delivered a Christmas present, or is this out of season April's Fool joke, to rephrase the infamous phrase thrown at the BlizzCon, but completely out of context. I apologize, I'm just too excited. This was not a planned video. I do not generally cover news explicitly like this. It's just a news video. It's not even somehow related to my Horrific Vision runs or anything like that. Have to talk about it. Everyone will talk about it today. And I have to talk to you about this as well. Not just to jump on the bandwagon, but because I am genuinely excited as a player who is right now actively involved in 8.3 content. You already know the news. If you don't, I will recap it for you. The corruptions system is dramatically improved simply from usability, from the accessibility perspective, not usability, accessibility perspective. Blizzard has already not just announced, but already released a patch, hotfix, whatever you want to call it, that offers to us corruptions for sale as a system, not even just as a vendor, but as a system that I think is interesting. So let's talk about this in this video. Basically, the short of it is, it's much easier now to level your cloak, to rank up your cloak, instead of running multiple runs, multiple clears to collect like 8 fragments of the book or whatever we are collecting there to upgrade one rank from like rank 13 to 14 or 14 to 15. Now all you need to do is run once, only get 2 pages from the tainted areas or whatever they are, and that's it, and a new rank is available to you. So I was able to, because I had already done part of those required 6 or 8 runs, whatever they were, and I already collected some pages of those tomes that we are collecting, whatever. I was able to, Blizzard made it possible, that those pages that you already collected, if you collected 2, it counts to completion of that rank leveling up of the cloak. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. It's such a ease of these requirements, the further ease of requirements on the systems that currently exist in the game, and it's significant quality of life improvement for those who are playing alts, for those who don't have yet the the highest level cloaks and who still are interested in Horrific Visions, in running Horrific Visions. And let's just be honest, Horrific Visions still remain the main solo friendly, casual, wonderful content of 8.3. Are they perfect? No. Have we spoken about this enough? Yes. So we're not going to talk about it. Now, so much easier to level the cloak, rank cloak. Beautiful, fantastic. Alts are just gonna freaking fly. Just stand by. My alts are gonna fly. Yeah, I'm telling you. Now, in addition to selling the rank 3 essences, yeah, Mother selling rank 3 essences to those who already have unlocked them on other characters. So system. That sale of the rank 3 essences, it was better than the kick in the nuts, but at the same time I was not excited about it. I wasn't. But now, I swear to you, it's not just that like this made me think about it, but for a while now I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if we were able to somehow extract, that was my thinking, if we were able to extract an obtained corruption from an item, perhaps of a lower item level, or just an item that we don't want anymore, something that is 420 and has Twilight Devastation rank 3. I was thinking, how awesome would it be if there was a way to extract that Twilight Devastation effect and apply it to something that I really am intending to use. For example, a weapon of a eye level 460, something like this, right? So I was thinking it would be cool to transfer. I was thinking more along the transmog-like system, but with Twilight Devastation, or any corruption, yeah, for that matter. Now, what they've done is better. They are offering now these effects for sale. And the interesting part of it is that they're not even just there, there, have it, buy whatever you want. Excuse me. No, instead, there will be a rotation of an inventory there will be a rotation like at a vendor twice a week, so pretty frequent. So it's not like you can buy Twilight Devastation right now when I'm posting this video, but point is that it will be in rotation. And it adds a tiny bit to that excitement that in the meantime, start collecting Echoes of Ny'alotha. Echoes of Ny'alotha, the currency, will now drop super duper plentifully. From assaults, from other activities, it will drop much more plentifully. But the prices on the good corruptions will also be fairly steep. Twilight Devastation rank 3 that everyone wants, or at least you should want it, will cost 15,000 Echoes of Ny'alotha. That will take you a fair amount of assaults to complete, fair amount of LFR to raid and other kind of stuff. But that's cool, that's what activities are for. But this is a deterministic method of obtaining of those effects. A lot of people already do endless Mythic Plus dungeons. They already run raids, LFR, other activities, assaults obviously, right? So a lot of people already have a ton of these Echoes of Ny'alotha, but nothing to spend them on. How awesome is the system that allows us to basically buy a corruption enchant and apply it to an item and power up whoever you want, your main, your alts, whoever you want. That is awesome. I cannot tell you how excited I am as an altoholic, how excited I am about this, and I honestly think you should be excited about this too. Again, it's an out of turn video. I actually had another one scheduled and another one. I have a couple of videos scheduled for you that was supposed to be going out today and in a couple of days time, as I always do. But this had to be made. This conversation had to be had because for us, for those who are stuck in 8.3, and by stuck I mean by choice of course, but the amount of fun we can have in 8.3 is limited. Yet we're finding our ways, we're talking here, we are, we are pushing alts, but alts that are completely green and naked, they will obviously need to spend some time gearing up and doing content before they can accumulate the Echoes of Ny'alotha, before they get these corruptions. I'm not saying that it's all straight away, you are immediately leveling up and boom, you're done, you are dishing out the maximum amount of possible damage. No, but it creates this new path, you know what I'm saying? New path for not gearing, but obtaining what you need in a deterministic manner and then deciding, what do I want? Do I want to just save 15,000 Echoes of Ny'alotha? That's a lot. But do I want to deterministically work towards this and have that sum of resources, sum of currency available to me whenever Twilight Devastation comes up? And the inventory is going to be changing on Mother, on the vendor, twice a week. That's fairly frequent, come on. That's fairly frequent. And maybe you don't want Twilight Devastation 3. Maybe there's too much of a corruption effect for you. Maybe that's gonna hit your alt or whoever too much. Maybe you will be okay with Twilight Devastation rank 2, which will be obviously cheaper. Or maybe you want a baby Twilight Devastation and maybe Infinite Stars. Combinations, like different combinations. Anyway, I love it. I think it's a wonderful idea. They are making Horrific Visions more attainable. They are removing a tremendously negative RNG component, which basically now completely takes the wind out of the sails of people who continued complaining, not without reason, about the fact that if someone was simply lucky and got Twilight Devastation 3, and you did not, regardless of how long you've been grinding and doing content and whatever else you were doing, right? Then you will never catch up with that person on the DPS in content, and something like higher masks of Horrific Visions may not even be available to your class because you just simply cannot dish out that much damage. But this suddenly opens doors. This suddenly creates extra progression. This is super exciting, even though it's like, yes, I can be slightly, salty here and say, well, why didn't you design your systems properly in the first place? Guys, credit where credit is due. I'd be the first one who would be on the front line of those people criticizing devs for poor communication, for some other poorly designed systems, poorly tested systems. I'd be the first one, right? But in this case, credit where credit is due. They've done a wonderful thing. They've done it on a very short time frame, looks like it, because surely they're working on, Shadowlands by now, well into Shadowlands development and everything. Excuse me, throat gets sore. It's not what you think it might be. It's not, luckily. So I think that if perhaps you played, maybe you even tried Horrific Visions at first, and achieved your masks, whatever you wanted to do, and then burnt out a bit and thought, nah, no chance I'm gonna push on these alts because the perfect combination of gear and corruptions and everything else needs to, and ranking up this cloak would take months. Yeah, logical, fair thoughts. I had them even looking at my alts, and I have a channel about this, and I even have some fun doing this, but still, I look at my survival hunter, I look at my, spoiler alert, freshly leveled up rogue, who I'm like, well, oh my god, now I have to rank up the cloak and hope that I get some decent corruptions to even allow myself to boost my damage output, to give me some chances of properly pushing Horrific Visions, right? Now, boom, there you go, Gyro. Christmas came early, 350 for a Twilight Devastation rank 3. Why wouldn't I take it? Why wouldn't you take it either? So, exciting times, my friends. Still stuff to do, suddenly stuff to do in 8.3, even if you thought that you're done. I would argue you're not, and I'm gonna continue pushing even without this change. I would have, but this makes me extra excited. Wanted to share it with you today. Let me know in the comments down below if you see any negatives to this new system. Do you see any negatives? Do you think that this will cause something, some other effect, other than possibly the fact that everyone now will have Twilight Devastation? Okay, not everyone. Everyone who has worked hard to save 15,000 Echoes of Ny'alotha. But basically now no one will be special. Everyone will be super, as they said in one of the TV shows. If everyone has superpowers, everyone is super. No one is specially Superman. Well, it's democracy for you. I don't know. So anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Do you see any negatives to this? Do you see any extra positives that I didn't cover? How does it make you feel? As always, welcome your support. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the growth of the channel so far. Makes me excited, makes me want to bring off-the-cuff videos like this to you, to connect with you, my guys and girls. And soon, as I said already several times, I kind of hinted, next alt you're gonna see is gonna be the Rogue. But that's not the first video that's coming to you. There are a couple of other things I want to talk to you about between now and Rogue. Rogue still needs to gear up a tiny bit, but I want to talk to you about WoW alternatives. If this change, corruptions, all this stuff, if this did not make you want to come back, that's fine. That's fair, all right? So I want to share my experience with you in one of the next videos, maybe next one, maybe one after, depending how I schedule it, can't remember now. Where we will talk about possibly alternative games you could take a look at in the meantime. Not to forever leave World of Warcraft. I wasn't able to over the years. But something to make your gameplay life a little bit more enjoyable in the meantime until you wait for the content that will make you come back to WoW. Alright, enough said. Thanks very much for tuning in today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Gyro is my name. I'm here every 2 days to talk to you about World of Warcraft and the themes surrounding it, including burnout, how to prevent it, what alts to push, content on, that kind of stuff. Alright, enough said. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.